Rick Shaw here on the 30th of January, 2023. Happy birthday, Ray. Well, did a few things on this today. Checked the chain tension, was good. Oiled the chain. Got a couple things I want to tighten up a little bit. This hits this, so that needs a slight adjustment. This is all loose. This whole thing's loose here, so I'm going to tighten that down. I checked the tires. It's in KPI or something is the unit of measurement they're using, not PSI. And it calls for, with 2 up, it calls for 280 in the back. So my little digital tire pressure thing has that. You can go through the menu and find that KPH, I think it is, KPI, something like that. And I put it on there. The back one was at 120, so we kicked it up to 280, and the front ones is supposed to be at 230, and it was sitting dead on 100. So that was the oversteer on it. You know, when that tire, when it was going straight line, you're fine, but when you get in the corner, that tire starts leaning, and you hit the softer area. So that should take care of it. We're going to take it on my wife and I on a trip tomorrow. I got to do my yearly check-in. Now, last year when you did the yearly check-in, you had to get an appointment. Okay, so this year you still have to go to the online appointment page and make an appointment, and then they're going to give you like a QR code with numbers underneath it. You need to snap a picture of that on your phone, and that can go with you. You don't have to have an appointment. You can do a walk-in on any of the stations around. Before, you had to do it to a specific station that you were going to. We picked Lipa, it's closer, or Batangas. Batangas City, I think, is the address. So we're going to zip over there tomorrow. And this time, it doesn't matter which one. It said on the sheet that, oh, it's up in Manila and all that. But I got a hold of them on the chat, and they were like, no, it's changed. You don't have to worry about that. So guys that are checking in, make sure you go to the online, it's immigration.ph. And there will be a yearly check-in thing to click, and then just fill out all your stuff. Mine was in there from last year, so basically all I did, it was empty, but as soon as I clicked on it, it just started filling it up. Everything's the same, so we got that taken care of. But I think tomorrow after we get done, we're going to clean this. Another nice thing I noticed, she does have anti-lock brake in the front. Now on the back, no anti-lock in the back, but it's got anti-lock on the front, which is a nice feature. I never wanted it on the back because it can keep you from high side. You can always lock the back wheel up if you need to. Brakes are good and tight on this thing. No, it doesn't have any miles on it. The bike is basically brand new. So we're going to get it out for a run tomorrow. I don't know how many kilometers that is, 40 some kilometers out and 40 back. So that'll be a nice trip for my wife and I. We used to love to go on a motorcycle ride. When I had that Cowie 135, we went from here, we got on the boat, we went to Mindoro, and we visited the family in Mindoro, and then we went all the way down the southern tip of the island, and then drove back through the mountain road, and we had a blast. We had a royal blast on that, and you know, my wife likes to ride, so do I. So now we got a machine we could ride on. It is a nice bike. I wish I could afford it. You know, I'd buy it in a heartbeat, I think, because pretty good deal. I don't know for sure what he's going to want. He's going to be heading out here pretty soon. I'm glad he let us use it. Thanks, Wes. Appreciate that, letting us use it. But I still want to go over it a little bit. I got a nice light out here now, and this evening when things quiet down, I want to get in here. This is loose. See, all this is loose. I want to tighten this up. Plus, when you turn the handlebar, it hits this. So, you know, I want to watch. Well, it's this one. This one here hits. And I want to make sure that's adjusted so it doesn't do that. These mirrors are really easy. These ones are really easy to knock off a whack. They're nice to have, though, you know, for the side view here. You really got to watch when you're riding a bike here behind you and all around you. There's going to be a bunch of kitties. So, boy. But it's got nice headlights on it. The headlights are like the projection beam, very bright. High beam's fantastic. Checked all the lights. All the lights are working fine. You know, you got to make sure when you're riding here, you know, if it's a Filipino, they're probably going to let you go, but they catch a foreigner with their lights not working, they're going to hit them. But chain was, like I say, it's oiled up. The tension on it didn't have to touch it. It was within the parameters what it was supposed to be. Wes was really nice. He left me the book on how to do all the adjustments. It's a pretty detailed book, but finding stuff in there. Their table of contents, nothing is in order. It's not alphabetical, it's nothing. It took me about 10 minutes just to find the tire pressures. It's too hard to find it on the tire. You know, there's so much writing on this tire, it's so small. You know, I wanted to get the phone and use that for a magnifier, but getting it in there, heck with it, I'll look through the book. So I just sat on the chair and spent the time. It tells you how to do all the adjustments. I'm not going to touch the suspension right now. There's adjustments on this one too. The back seems good, and it does float over the bumps really nice. So, and I'm not a racer. I'm not going to be flying into corners with this, especially with my wife on it. You know, so being nice, soft, and cushy, that's pretty good. I think the suspension. Now that I'm 100% sure that's the problem with the oversteer, was the low pressure in the tires. I did cinch up the valves a little bit, and I'll check it. And if it goes down in a couple days, I'll just pull the valves, put a little bit of Vaseline on, and put them back in. Inspect them, make sure there's no cuts or tears in them. There shouldn't be, but just in case, you know, because it's Chinese stuff. You know, it could be an inferior gasket they put in there, so that'll be okay. But a lot of stuff they did too, you know, like this. It would be nice if this was all stainless, you know, because the way that goes together, you know, starts to rust. And it is a nice looking bike. It's like it's the cop bike. And the windshield seemed, when I was riding home, the windshield seemed to work really good for me. No, not a lot of buffeting or anything. I got my helmet in there. I put the compressor in there too. This bike has well, no, it doesn't have a cigarette lighter. It's just got that. But I do have I don't know how many amps that is. I'll have to read in the book, because I know this thing draws 10 amp, and if that's only a 5 amp, that might only be a 5 amp. So I'll have to check the book before I hook it up. But I have the connector for that also, that'll go to the compressor. But I got to check the amperage first. Wouldn't want to cook a fuse already. But we're looking forward to riding it. I mean, I dig riding, guys. I sure do. And the other thing was yakking with Doc a little bit. He's sleepy. He's in therapy for speech and getting his arm going good. I think he's a tough old guy. I think he's going to come out of this a lot quicker than they would expect. He don't seem to be like one that wants to sit around and not do something. So I bet you he's going to come out of this pretty good. So just keep him in your prayers, guys. Hopefully everything's going to be okay with him. And this is Rickshaw out.
It's midnight, we're going all night. Can you pass a drink to get the vibe right? Don't feel like having a Bud Light. How's tequila with some salt and lime? Oh my, am I alright? Thanks for asking, doing just fine. Can I say that you're looking real nice? We'll love to chat right now.